What's good, everyone? Welcome to the channel. My name is Straight. I've been in the meme coin space for over a year now. In the month of January, I made $30,000 trading meme coins. And this month, I want to dedicate myself to growing this YouTube channel, to educating you guys, to showing you guys how I trade, all the ins and outs, my thinking process, why I make certain decisions and why I don't. How I'm going to do this is I'm going to take a 10-soul portfolio, record my trading session, take the best and the worst trades out of every trading session, and show you guys basically what I'm doing. This channel is not going to be entertaining. It's not going to have crazy edits. I really recommend that if you watch this, you take it seriously, you take a notepad and you take notes of everything that I'm saying, that you benefit from watching these videos and don't just binge watch it for no reason. And I hope I can make as many of you more profitable or improve in your trading journey. Before we continue this video, I just want to tell you guys, I trade on Axiom. I've tried every single trading terminal in the meme coin space and there's just no better platform than Axiom. If you want to support the channel, link is in the description. Sign up to Axiom and trade along with me. So as I said, we're going to be starting this challenge with a 10-soul port, which is a great amount to start with. I think it's money that almost anybody looking at this video, watching this video, can afford to lose. Every trader needs to have some kind of structure, a framework, some ideas or rules that they adhere to. For this 10-soul port, I've made my own rules, which I'm going to be showing to you right now. Just a quick disclaimer, if you're not a beginner, you probably know what I will be talking about next. So if you're not interested in that, you can just skip to the trading part. I'll put the timestamp on the screen right now. So this right here is a little framework I've created. This does not mean that every coin I'm going to be buying should adhere to these rules. This is just a framework that I'm going to keep in my head while assessing a coin, while assessing a narrative. I have two main parts, the narrative and execution. Those are the two most important aspects of meme coin trading. For the narrative, I preferably want it to be fresh, 4 to 6 hours old maximum. I don't want to bid any redefs. I don't want to bid any narratives that have been traded before because that limits the potential of the coin. Then the narrative should preferably have at least one of these aspects, which is a wow factor, it being funny, memeable, it having high virality potential, being related somehow to crypto Twitter or crypto. One of these factors should be included. The more the better. It improves the narrative, it improves the coin, and it gives an additional reason for the coin to go higher. And also what I've noticed is that short reads and narratives that are quick to understand are usually the coins that go the hardest. It's because every trader can understand it. They give a quick look at the narrative, they see it's funny or it's highly viral, and they just bid it. And it's those type of coins that we want to be bidding. Then I will always take into account as well the factor of it being hard to fake, or LARP as we like to call in the meme coin community, and easy to verify, and then it's hard or almost impossible to vamp. What does vamping mean? Vamping means there's a coin that's at a certain market cap that people have a certain amount of interest in, and another developer finds some additional information on the coin, on the narrative, or he just makes it up and he brings out another coin, offers it to the market and says like, hey guys, you haven't paid attention to this is very important, let's push my coin instead of the coin that's already going. And when there's something that's very big or something that a lot of people are buying, a lot of these developers, they start vamping coins. It sucks liquidity out of the main runner, it distributes liquidity across a lot of small coins, and we don't really want to be participating in that with a low port. In terms of narrative restrictions, these are mostly personal. I will stay away from TikTok plays because I'm not on TikTok, unless of course I've seen the trend myself and I can assess it. I will stay away from animal plays exactly due to their susceptibility to PvP and vamping. I will stay away from high volume tweet plays. It creates too much volatility, you can lose too much money too quickly, and you cannot afford to do that with a low port. I will stay away mostly from narratives that depends on the dev promise. For example, a dev creates a coin, he says I will be sending the fees to this and this guy, and you're bidding it, trying to front run the event happening. Unless you know the dev personally, you do not know for certain if the dev is gonna fulfill the promise, so that is more of a gamble, and I will be staying away for that, at least in the short run. And then that's another personal of mine. I will stay away from tech plays mostly because I'm just not very good at analyzing these tech plays and understanding which ones are good and which ones are bad. In terms of execution, the main thing that it comes down to is that there's just absolutely no world where you should be top blasting with a 10-soul port or smaller, or even maybe a little bit bigger. If you don't get your entry, you just let it go, you draw your conclusions, you try to understand why you didn't bid, and you just move on to the next coin. Because buying at the top, it increases your downside so much that it's just stupid to do in most cases. In 99.999% of coins, there's absolutely no reason for you to top blast. There will be a dip, wait for it, look for a good bottom, and then your downside becomes lower, becomes clearer to trade. If it doesn't get a bit motion, you sell quickly. That's what I say. I wait for a good pullback and bid the bottom, especially in the U hours. That's the hours that I will be trading. For new pairs, I preferably don't want to have more than 2 to 3 like maximum tracked wallets in. That's because tracked wallets bring a lot of attention to the coin. They bring a lot of copy traders and a little bit more volatility, and you don't really want to be trading on top of that. You want to preferably be trading below that and let all those tracked wallets bring in new volume, new liquidity, new buyers, and then decide what to do with the coin. When you have a new pair that even though it's a good narrative, when you have 5-6 tracked wallets already in, it just limits the ceiling of that coin at that particular moment. Then when all the tracked wallets get out, it might get a second wave and stuff, but we'll focus on that in the next videos. Obviously, with the low port, you have to take aggressive profits. You will almost always try to take something out at a 2x. Sometimes it will be initial, sometimes it will be a full clip, sometimes it will be a 20% clip. It depends on the chart, depends on the volume, it depends on the narrative. And we're going to try to limit the amount of round trips. And then the last thing, that's in terms of risk management. I will never risk more than 10 to 15% of my port. To some people, this might be a little bit on the high side. Some people, it might be a little bit on the low side, although I doubt it. This is quite on the high side. If you feel comfortable with 5%, 2%, do whatever you want. I've stuck mostly to like 10%, never risking more than 10% of my port and just being very picky with the plays. So far, it's been going very well. So this is a little bit of a framework that I will be keeping in mind when assessing a coin. As I said, I won't be able to always stick to these rules, but I will try to stick to these rules as much as possible. Alright, so it's currently 7 a.m. in the morning on this beautiful Monday morning. Our wallet is loaded with 10 SOL, as you guys can see right here. So let's get started. This right here was one of the first trades of the day, and the most important thing I want you guys to learn from this trade is the situation I was in and how I played it. Yugi stacked the bundle. It's completely dead now. Okay. Basically what was happening is there were two of the exact same coins. The only difference between them was that one had a TikTok link and the other one doesn't. And these scenarios happen very often in the meme coin space. And I understood that the volume and the attention that was first split between these two coins, now that one of them is at complete zero, all this split attention and volume will now gather into one coin. And that's the exact reason why I bought the second I saw the other one going to zero. It's pretty straightforward, it's pretty logical, it will happen a lot, and your task is to be on top of it, recognize it as quickly as possible, and profit from it. I'll take my 0.7 here, just moving too slow. So the next coin right here is Tipcoin. As you can see, I'm looking at the community, and basically, in short, the narrative about this coin is that it's the inverse of Bitcoin, and Bitcoin at the time was dropping, so in theory this should go up. I know this might sound retarded, but this is literally what meme coins are about. Simple and easy narratives are always the ones that run the hardest. It has a special Twitter account linked to it as well, which is always a good sign. It means that the developer put in more effort than usual. So I've assessed the narrative. I'm interested in the coin. I'm looking at potential OG coins that were made already. I'm looking into the com, seeing whether the developer has already posted the CA, and just doing a little bit more research. I see also that two other traders have entered the coin that I track. One of them is Kev, and I know that he likes to hold a lot of supply on new pairs. And this makes it a little bit more dangerous to buy the coin here, because if he for some reason wants to sell his supply, it will get a very big red candle and put you down instantly like 40, 50, 60%. And so here, one of the very important rules that I was talking about previously comes into play, and that's not top blasting. I know that there will probably be a dip, and that will be the perfect entry, and that dip comes. And so as soon as Kev sells his entire supply, I enter the coin. So the coin ranges a little bit around my entry. In the meantime, I join the com, check it out, make a little post, work a little bit for my bag. And then after it bottoms out another time, it starts breaking out. And on the way up, I'm taking small 10, 15, 20% clips and securing a little bit of profit. Simultaneously, I'm also trading a different coin, which is not relevant to this video. And yeah, as the coin goes higher, I keep taking those small little clips, securing profits and just letting it ride, observing the situation and acting accordingly. I'll deck spade here as well. Very good. I actually like this idea. I'm gonna hold it for a bit. Let me get my initials fully out. Okay, initials are out, and let's see what this does. Holding 1.7 SOL here. I ended up holding this coin for quite a while. It kept going higher, the dev was active, community was growing, so there was no real reason for me to full clip. So I just kept taking small 10, 15, 20% clips on the way up. What you can learn from this trade is that it's first of all very important to not only track wallets, but also understand how those tracked wallets like to trade. The only reason I got the entry that I did is because I know how Kev likes to trade. Second of all, of course, it's very important, as I said many times, to not top blast and patiently wait for your entry with as little risk as possible. And then also what's very important is that when you're in a position for this long, that you're not just staring at your position, but that you move it away. If you need, set some stop loss and take profit levels, and just keep looking for new opportunities in the market, looking at new pairs again, at coins that you can potentially buy and sell and make profit off while you're still in this position. Okay. We made 2.69 SOL on this trade. Maybe it goes after this, but I guess we have to find the next coin. So in this next trade, we find ourselves in a very similar position where volume and attention is split again between two coins, which makes it a little bit confusing. I think if we take a look at this clip and listen to the comms that I'm making between me and my friend that I'm trading with, a lot of things become clear. So just observe what I'm doing and what we're saying and how we're analyzing this situation. They're just nuking the bundle now or what?
No, I think the one you were in. No, I don't get it. They both look weird. But then just spot the other one, and the other one has a death cell instantly.
Okay, let me do some research here.
And this one just looks. Where's the death cell on this chart? You want to show me? On the one that you just bought. Do you see death cell on this chart?
No.
Yeah, me neither. So either he left with 0% supply, which cannot be, or he sent it away.
Ah, he sent it away for sure.
But I don't see it.
What's the CA he posted on it? Let's just see the CA. It's 9T. It's the one Dan is in. Okay, so that one should go. He sold. Let me buy.
It's weird that nobody's buying it. And he used an account where he defed it before, and the def that he made before went from 2.
He just clarified that the CA is the one I'm in. I'm gonna join and say Dev literally posted CA. Stop vamping and bitmain. Oh, Art sold the old one as well. Oh, Sharo bought it. W. Okay, let me clip 20 here. I think there's an OG with Dexbait as well. Yeah. 10 hours ago. It's not so bullish. So I ended up joining the comm, looking at which CA the dev posted. When I understood that it was this one, I quickly bought it, and once other people caught up, it got some more bids on top of me. This whole situation also showcases the importance of trading with other people, having more eyes on coins and being able to analyze coins more efficiently. Again, a situation where attention is divided, where there's a mispricing of one coin, and if you can quickly understand which coin is actually the correct one, you can profit from that mispricing and make money. I'm gonna take my soul, bro. It's not moving and it has nothing.
Actually, in the mornings, you know,
The last coin I want to talk about today is this Mark 450 coin. It's a new viral brainrot character, and the trenches really like these kind of coins, TikTok coins that go viral, that are brainrot related. We've had a lot of runners that were related to this. At this point, I just knew that this coin was not 30, 40, 50k topper, that it will go higher. And the mistake I made in this trade was buying with too little size. I only bought a soul, and that led me to hold this position for too long, waiting for that 5, 6, 7, 8x, where instead I should have just sized in a little bit more because the play was obvious to me, and took that 2, 3x that I was up and move on to a different coin. What I did instead was I held it for way too long, I round tripped a lot, and I eventually only sold it for like a 2x. I think I made like 1.2 SOL on the coin. So yeah, at a certain point when you start understanding meme coins and you start understanding where certain coins can go, it's very important to size in a little bit more and take that secure 2-3x instead of waiting for those crazy 10x gains, which usually never come. I'm gonna just clip this shit, bro. Moving weak as fuck. Only made 1.2. Okay, so for some reason something happened with the recording of my evening session, didn't get saved. I'll just quickly explain what happened. After the EU session I was up 7.5 SOL, I'm ending the day on 5 SOL, 5.3 SOL profit. I was up 9 at the peak, then I made a couple of bad mistakes, which I'm gonna go over right now as well. Basically, Bonk released a new feature where they pushed the fees back into the token. There was a main runner, it wasn't a deep dip, it was getting vamped by another one. I was trying to bid the mains, I thought it might recover. Ended up over leveraging, took the biggest L of the day, minus 1.5 SOL. Very unnecessary play, just stupid. Pretty big mistake from my part, shouldn't make these kind of mistakes. But it is what it is. Here the same stuff, probably was a little bit tilted after display, tried to make it back and stuff. Bit a full bundle, yeah, just got full stacked on, lost a SOL. So yeah, as I said, ending the day on 5.3 SOL profit or $465, which is still decent. I can't say I'm completely satisfied, still a lot of money left out on the table, but we made money today, that's the most important. Tomorrow's a new day, new opportunities. I hope I can cook some more tomorrow and then just keep going with this challenge. This was the result of day 1. Hope everyone enjoyed this video and I'll see you guys in the next one.